Okay, so for this week, you're going to create a texture tile, which means that you're going to use photographs of different textures that you find around your home or outside in your yard. And then you're going to put those together into a Google Drawing and create kind of like a tile design. All right, so because I know that some students had some issues with Google Drawings, I'm going to create this little handy tutorial, and then you can refer to that as you need it, and I will post it along with the assignment. So I'm in my Google Drive, or I'm sorry, I'm on my Google homepage with my Fortly account, so I can verify that I have my Fortly account right here. And I'm going to open up my Drive, and I'm going to create my Google Drawing. So I went to New and went all the way down, and you go to More, and it will be the first option underneath the More tab. So I'm going to click on that. All right, I'm going to title this my texture tile. And you should have 10 photographs that you're going to be using for your tile. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do something to my background. So I want to make it a color. I'm going to right click on my mouse. You can right click on your Chromebook pad if you need to as well. And then I'm going to go to background, and I'm going to choose kind of a neutral background because I really want the images to show up more than I want the I don't want it to be pink, but I don't want the background to stand out. I want the images to stand out. All right, so I just picked like a really pale color. And now I'm going to insert my 10 images. However you had gotten these from your phone into your Google Drive, whatever works for you. I'd shown you the email strategy last week. If you have another way of doing it, that's totally fine. But I need to insert my photos. So I'm going to get them from my Drive. So I'm going to insert image, Drive, and these are all my texture photos that I have currently in my Drive. So I'm going to do the first one, which is my stainless steel, and then I'm going to insert it. And it takes up all this space, which I don't want it to do because I want to fit in 9 more. So I'm just going to shrink that down. And you can move them as you want to, leave a border for yourself. And then I just keep inserting images until I've gotten all my 10 in there. That's my one of my fur. So I did a picture of a stainless steel mixing bowl that I had in my kitchen. This one is my dog's fur. Insert image. This one is a tree in my front yard. And if you want to change the alignment of the image, you can do that here. So I can flip that around and have it fit a little bit better into that space. You don't have to fit them together as closely as like a puzzle piece, but you do kind of want, you don't want your background to look kind of uneven, like a lot of empty space in one area, and then it's all like full in another. This image is a gutter pipe that is on the outside of my house, so it has that kind of like ridged quality to it. So you could see that where the metal is kind of forming those little like bumpy areas. This is a patch of grass. So this texture, this would be all implied texture because you're not actually feeling the grass, or you're not actually feeling the fur. If you printed this out, it would be a flat piece of paper. But you can tell by looking at the picture that it would have texture, that you would feel something if you rubbed your hand over, evergreen needles or over a piece of bark. So, and sometimes just rotating the image like I did for the bark, it kind of changes the way that you perceive it. But it still works. This woven picture down here. This was from a table that I have where the top part is kind of like this woven straw material. And I'm almost getting here. This is like a fuzzy pillow. So I need to fit 2 more in here. So let's see if I can do that. Have my blanket, which is going to take over. So I'm going to definitely shrink that down. I'm going to rotate that so it fits. Okay, and I only have 9, so let me see which one I'm missing. Oh, the concrete. I forgot that one. So this is just a picture of the concrete walkway that is leading up to my house. So I took all these pictures either in my house or around my house. I'm just going to fit this one. But you want to choose things that would have some kind of feeling to it. So if you rubbed your hand on it, you would feel the fur, or you'd feel like the kind of the dry prickliness of the grass, or you'd feel, like the fuzziness of the pillow. And that is good for your texture tile. On the assignment, I said that if you wanted to use some of the images more than once, that would be fine, but you only need to get every image in one time. So and the requirement is that you use Google Docs for this, or I'm sorry, Google Drawings for this. So this is why I wanted to kind of make this little video so that you could see that more clearly. If you need to make your tile area bigger, the background bigger, you can go to this little corner and kind of widen it out a little bit and give yourself some more space. If you don't want to play around with shrinking your squares down so much, I'm not going to do that. But that is an option if you want to make your tile area larger. So now you're going to have this as a Google drawing, and you need to be able to upload it to Google Classroom and to your slide for your Elements of Art slideshow. So you won't be able to attach it as is right now because this is just a Google drawing. So you need to download this as a JPEG. So we've talked about this before. So you're going to go to File, Download, JPEG, and you'll see texture tile. And I'm actually going to call this I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to call this texture tile sample. All right, and now it's on my desktop, and I can upload it. I can go back to my drive, and I can go to my textures folders. So this is my texture folder. This is where all my individual pictures were. This is the tile that I made for the assignment. This is the assignment sheet that I wrote for you all, and I'm going to upload. So I go to New, File, Upload, and from my desktop, I can see my sample. It's right there. So I'm going to open that up. And now it's in my drive, and I can add it to my slideshow. I can add it to Google Classroom. But once it's in my drive, then I can put it into a lot of different places, and it's going to be right. Refresh. Right here, texture tile sample. So this is the one I made earlier this afternoon to make for your assignment, and then that was my slide that I made. So texture, my sample on there, and then this was the one that I just showed you guys. So same pictures, I just kind of organized it in a different way, and I did a different background. All right, so that is how to get to Google Drawings. I wanted to make that clear because I felt like it wasn't clear for the art and artifact assignment. And if you have any questions, we will be able to talk about that in class. All right, thank you.